What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dave's RC from our lovely RC room here in beautiful Windham, Maine. So, guys, I was completely wrong on the name of the gyro I was using. And I just want to go ahead and show you what one looks like when it first shows up brand new, and go ahead and correct myself on the actual name of this gyro. I'm sorry, guys, I was way wrong. It's not called the BS2X. In fact, it is called the BS2X. My fault, my bad. I can't go back now and change all that out of there, but what I can do is I can show you what one looks like new when it comes in the package, and just go over some things. These new ones that I just picked up a couple of days ago. Yesterday the package came, actually, and they look a little different than the old one, and I'm pretty sure that they work exactly the same. They're probably just using some different materials, that's all. But here we go, guys, into it. 1, 2, 3, here we go. All right, if you guys haven't watched my video yet on the new Valley View fuel tank for the P51, go ahead and check that out. It's a beautiful tank, you guys. A lot better than the one that came with the kit. But here they are, guys. This is the way they come, okay? There's your gyro itself right there. The old ones were red, and these new ones are green. That doesn't really mean anything, except for the fact that they might have gone to either a better board or maybe just a little bit a little less expensive board. But we'll go ahead and we'll get into this, and we'll check it out. We'll be right back as soon as I get it open, guys. All right, guys, here we are. So what we have here is our BS2X, not AS2X. But here it is, guys, in the flesh. It is green now. This is new to me. It looks exactly the same, except they're using a green board instead of a red board now. As you can see, it's very small, about the size of my thumb. You have your gain controls, which are right here, 1 and 2, right here. So it's only a 2-axis gyro. Remember that, guys. There's no rudder control on this, and I have found that this setup works a ton better than the AS3X, where you've got the rudder control in there as well. What I have found is you really don't need any rudder control. Rudders are rudders, you know what I mean? You don't need that stability in the rudder. I don't, anyways. With my level of piloting, I would assume that nobody else does either. So a 2-axis gyro. Now, like I said before, typically what happens is I have the gain for the rudder or the elevator turned completely down almost, and then my elevators my ailerons are just slightly turned up, just for a little bit of stability on the takeoffs and on the landings. There is no switch to turn this off and on. This stays running the entire time it's in the air. You can take off with it. You can land with it. I mean, I can't say I can't give this gyro any more praise than what I've already done. It is an excellent gyro. It does have 2 modes. One is a master mode, and the second one is a beginner mode. Beginner mode is a lot like the plane is basically flying on rails. That's all I can say. There's no trim needed. You put it up in the air, and you'll notice in some of my earlier videos where I'm just throwing the plane in the air and I'm not doing any trims whatsoever at all. Well, that's because I'm using this gyro right here, and I had it on beginner mode. Now, if you hear me take off with the plane and you hear me beep, 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 trimming the plane away, well, that means I have it in master mode. And that's going to be your first switch, you guys. Your first switch right here is going to be your beginner mode or your master mode. Okay? Actually, let's go right here to the directions, and it'll show us what it is. Okay, so okay, here we go. It's on the front page. All right, so this is the direction sheet you're going to get. Channel 1, connected to aileron of receiver. Channel 2 is connected to the elevator. That's standard stuff. I can do that with my eyes closed now. Then you connect your aileron servo and your elevator servos into your receiver. G1 is to adjust the gyro gain of aileron, and G2 is to adjust the gyro gain of elevator. S1 option switch for flight mode. Down is beginner mode. Up is master mode. S2 is the option switch for model configuration. Down is normal airplane mode, and up is Delta Wing with mixing. And then you have your 2 reverse switches. So if you get the gyro installed and the gyro is going backwards, you know how when you shake your plane around, if it's going backwards, all you do is go in there and you flip that little switch, and that'll reverse the gyro in which way it's pitching the plane. And the same thing for S4. That is for the aileron, and S3 is for the elevator. So yeah, guys, pretty much the way this one works is right here. It shows you it's doing the elevator and it's doing the roll. And what I've noticed with this gyro is that I can use it in every plane, on every application. I was a little worried at first when I was going to use this, $20 gyro on, say, my big A10 Warthog. And let me explain something, guys. It worked fabulous, flawless. I had it in beginner mode. So if you guys go back and watch my first flight of the no, let me go back. I'm wrong on that. You guys go back and watch my very first video, my very first flight on the A10. I had it in master mode because I actually did have to give it some up trim or down trim. I can't remember what it was, but I was a little nervous and I just didn't want to touch anything, so I just held the stick. I believe it needed some up. I needed to go up. So yeah, guys, I put these in every application on every plane. I've used it on the 260. I've used it on every one of these planes in this room. Every single one of these planes in this room has had this gyro in it at one point or time or another. All I can say, guys, is that they work absolutely amazing. So you're gonna get it. You're gonna have your gyro, and then you're gonna get these 2 leads. What I suggest right away is to get rid of these 2 leads and get yourself 2 nicer, longer leads, 6 to 8 inch leads, because I think these are only like 3 or 4 inch. You want these to be a little bit longer, 6 to 10, something like that. And then the ones coming out also. So I'm going to go ahead and plug these in and show you what it looks like. And then we'll get back to you. All right, guys. So here it is, plugged in. Now, another thing that you guys want to remember is when you're plugging these in, you want the silver heads there. You see those heads right there? You want those facing up. See how it's black on one side, completely black on one side, and then you can see them on the other side? Well, when you plug this thing in, you want those up. I made that mistake a few times, and the gyro wasn't working, and I'm wondering why, Lo and behold, that bottom one right there that's plugged in was probably upside down or something of that nature. So, what happens? This is how it works. These 2 leads right here plug into your receiver. Your aileron from your plane will plug into the bottom one. Sorry, guys. We'll plug into that bottom one. And your elevator, hold on, let me, sorry. Elevator at the bottom, ailerons on the top, okay? And then you plug them into your radio, whichever your radio is set up, wherever they need to be plugged in, that's where they get plugged in. But that's how this gyro works. Then you're going to plant it in your plane somewhere, okay? For little models, you want to have it like this, sideways in the plane, okay? For little models. Don't ask me why. This is just what they suggest, and I've done it this way quite often. Or sorry, if it's Delta Wing, you want it sideways like this. If it's normal airplane, you want it this way, okay? Like I said, don't ask me why. That's just the way Pete from Banana Hobby explained to use this thing, and that's the way I've been using it ever since, okay? So, Delta Wing, sideways. Normal airplane configuration, straight up and down like this. Now, as you'll see, this right here, this is a normal airplane configuration, and as you can see, I have my gyro put in straight up and down. Now, as you can see, this is the newer one, and that's the older one. The older ones are a red board, and these new ones have a green board. So, like I said, everything looks exactly the same, except for the color of the board. So, I am not worried about that whatsoever. Like I said, they probably just found somebody to manufacture them cheaper, and therefore they're using a green board instead of a red board. But that's it, guys. I mean, that's really all I have for you. once the football game's over, because as you guys may or may not know, I am kind of a Patriots fan, and the game's about ready to come on. It's probably about 10 minutes to kickoff. I wanted to get in here real quick because I don't watch any of that pregame bullshit. I like football, not pregame bullshit. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out there to watch my football game. But I thought I'd make this video real quick for you guys for my channel, explaining how this wonderful, wonderful gyro works. Like I said, there is no on or off. There might be a way where you could turn it on and off in your radio or whatnot. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no need to turn it off. Once you get it going, once you have it on, basically all you have to do from that point is just after each flight, adjust your gains accordingly. If you're flying at full speed and the plane starts wobbling, it starts wing rocking, that means you have too much aileron input in, and you need to turn the gain on the aileron down. If she starts doing this weird like flutter with her tail, that means you have too much in the elevator. Typically the elevator doesn't happen much. I've seen it happen one time on the F-35, and I figured it out right away what it was. But on all these other planes and all the bigger planes, you can have that gain turned right up, and it doesn't mean anything. Like I said before, I don't use the gain on the elevator. I just like to have some stability in my roll, and that's what I use these gyros for. And they are a very decent gyro for the money, and I've never had one go bad on me, knock on wood. I have every one of them since the very first one. I have every one of them still, and they all work flawlessly. That's it, guys. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC from the RC room. We love you guys. Let's go, Pats. Peace.